Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. We're glad that you've chosen to watch another one of our videos, and today we're going to show you how to properly restore the headlights on your car. I have heard and seen things used from something as horribly disgusting as urine. Don't try it. Never have tried it. Have no intentions of trying it. All the way to harsh chemicals like brake fluid and starting fluid, which can actually cause much more damage to your headlights than what you have to begin with. If your headlights over time start looking like this, on this little car, you can see how they've completely hazed over, they've yellowed out, they don't have the brightness anymore, they don't look good anymore. Well, it happens on all of them over time, but we are going to show you today how to repair them and how to do it the right way and cause no damage to your car. Please take just a few minutes to listen to some of the products that you use. We are in the car industry restoring cars with these products every day, know how they work and know that they work. Our preferences personally are Meguiar's, but you can use pretty much any product. You know, if you have a favorite that you like, you can do that too. But you only need a few things. You're going to need a piece of 2000 grit sandpaper. Okay, you don't want to go any heavier than this. You can actually damage the lenses on the light, and if you have not had to replace those, they can get really expensive. So just want to start with the 2000 grit. You're going to need an applicator. Again, like I was telling you, we like Meguiar's. This is the finishing polish. Then we have the Meguiar's Gold Carnauba wax, our little Meguiar's water bottle, and then you'll need some rags. You'll need one to apply, one to do the wax, and one to take it off. So I'm going to have Jamie come and show you the order you want to do this, the way that you want to use these products, and again, take a look at the headlights now, because pretty soon they won't look like that.
Alright guys, let's get this thing done. Now, we do this process on every vehicle we touch. Pretty much I just do it when the car's getting the rest of it done. We do it so often that we don't even think about how simple it really is, so I'm trying to share that with you guys, a little secret. Don't ever make too much out of it, it's pretty simple stuff. The key to anything shining or reflection is the surface. The surface, it needs to be smooth. Alright, so the key, like I was saying earlier, is to a smooth reflection, or a great reflection, is a smooth surface. Now, the reason I choose to use 2000 grit sandpaper, and you can use any 2000 grit you want, it all works the same. What I do is this. It's just right down to it. I have a little soapy water, pretty simple, and I'm just going to shoot the headlight, and I'm just going to, you see the little stuff starting to come off of it? That's just years of just stuff sticking to it, you know, kind of becoming one with the light, just junk. Alright, so we just kind of do this. Want to make sure you get it. Now, they say the longer you sand, the less you'll have to buff, and that's a true statement. We want to get this thing smooth, smooth, smooth. And that's exactly what this sandpaper does. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, start with 1000 grit, start with 1500, start with blah, 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 800. Let me tell you what, guys. You're an idiot. Don't do it. Start with 2000. 2000 will not hurt anything, and the average person does not know how to wet sand, especially if this is the only time they're going to be doing it. So we're going to go ahead and just make it real simple. I'm just kind of cruising along here. Kind of cruising along here. Now, how we'll know if this is reflective or not is when we wipe this off, it needs to be dull. If it's dull everywhere, that means I've got the surface nice and flat. Now, the same thing can be accomplished with a compound. If you went and bought a compound, that's basically what a compound is basically wet or liquid sandpaper. Alright, moving along, moving along, moving along. Let me throw a little more water on here. Get this thing. Oh yeah, I can already see a difference. I'm going to have to do a really good job. Usually I blow through these, but since I'm going to be doing this for an audience, try to actually do a good job this go around. Like I said, we usually only spend 6 or 7 minutes on tops when we're doing them. And it doesn't matter what headlight it is, they're all the same. Except, well, the headlights from the 70s and 80s, you know, a little different story. But by the time you hit the year 2000 and you got this new type plastic, this all kind of is the same. It's just like your paint. It just gets contaminants on it, and you're basically just sanding everything flat again. Alright, that's good enough for right now. We're just going to take this rag, and boom. Now, I don't know if you can tell or not, but that should be nice and dull. I got my camera girl here looking at it. Jennifer, does that look nice and dull to you?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Now you see how dull that is? All that basically means when you have a dull surface like that, that means it's flat again. So in order to make it really shiny, you're going to need to polish it. Polish is basically a finer sandpaper if you got it in, if you're thinking on the same terms. So I use this on my cars, the 205, and that's why I don't usually do it at separate times, because usually when we're doing the buff and wax on cars or if we're cutting it down, we just basically use this as our last process anyway. It's harmless on the headlights, so take a look at this right here, and I'm going to go ahead and get my wheel ready. Now, one thing you want to do for sure, I've got my buffer out. You always want to start with a clean buffer. You use a spur to do that. You really don't want to introduce any contaminants. Now you can do this by hand with no problem. The secret to it is just taking your time with it. I'm going to put this on the lowest possible human setting. Whoops, wrong direction. Okay, you hear it's barely operating. I can almost stop it with my hand. You just put a little bit of this on it. This is all I do. This is probably the best polish on the market as far as I'm concerned. It's number 205. You can pick it up at Pep Boys or I think O'Reilly's might carry it, maybe Advance, a couple of those places. Our paint shop carries it, so that's why I got it. Okay, I'm going to switch sides to you real quick and watch this stuff work. I'm just going to kind of go slow. Nothing wrong with it being wet. And the reason you go slow is, like I said, this type of compounding agent with this type of polish is really like a sandpaper. So I'm just looking to really lightly sand it. I.e., they call it polishing. Here it goes. That's all. Kind of get it all kind of working there. And the 205 polish I use doesn't hurt anything on the paint on the car either. I tell you what, if somebody tried to peel on my car to clean the headlights, they'd have a real problem. But I seen that and I couldn't believe it. And you know, you really shouldn't have to spend anything other than buying a little piece of sandpaper. I don't know, $2 or $3. The 2000 grit might cost you. Other than that, you probably got some compound and some polish in your car stuff already. I mean, you don't have to buy the McGuire's and stuff. You can just get any kind of polish. But you know, people talk about toothpaste working, and you know what? It will. So will baking soda. Any kind of polishing compound will work. But it's kind of like anything. Sometimes it's better to get the stuff that's made to do polishing. Especially if you're going to talk about cars. See, McGuire's is designed to break down the more you're going over it. So it's just breaking into finer and finer pieces. On the molecular level. That's a big word for the car, man. So I'm just going to kind of do this for a little while. It's kind of, you know, relaxing, chilling, doing the thing. Slowest setting there is, not a big rush. Orbital buffers work just fine. But there's another step to this that you need to know. I don't know, I've probably been doing this for what, 2 or 3 minutes now?
Yeah.
Alright.
About that. It's looking good too. I'm sure the viewers can see a difference.
I hope they can. So now, you would think, okay, well, most videos stop right here. Well, the truth of the matter is, it's like anything. Polish isn't really a protectant. It's really just a way to get it smoother and smoother and smoother. So it'll haze back over again. So what I do is this. I take my little rag here, and you'll notice it's nice and pretty. Wipe off any excess that might be there. Excess, you can tell I'm a country boy. I think they call it excess. Special shout out to my boys in Australia too today. Got a pretty cool comment today. I'm going to have to come down there and check you guys out, man. You guys in the motorheads are crazy down there. I'm kind of digging it. Okay. Okay. So, there you go. It's polished out. It's very reflective again. And that's kind of the goal. So, to make the surface even more smoother, same thing. Eventually I'll be able to talk today. The same type of thing applies on application of paint. What the wax does is it fills in any minor imperfections in the light. And it protects it. So we're going to fill in any minor imperfections. There we go. Just kind of rub it in there. Make sure it's nice and good. Okay, pause for a second. Okay, so we've given it a few minutes to let it dry, and I'm going to show you the end result. Pretty much this will work on any car you're driving, no matter who, how, what, or when, or why. Here we go. See, it's going to fill it in nice. Beautiful. You don't have to worry about anything burning. You don't have to worry about any bad marks. You don't got to worry about what kind of disease you're going to catch from someone peeing on your car to clean your headlights. You know, there's a lot of things. You don't have to worry about the brake fluid eating your paint. By the way, brake fluid, oh my God. Never let that stuff touch your car paint. Oh my God, it'll ruin it. Okay, so there we go. So I guess take a look at this one. All right, so show them the difference, Jen.
Okay, so this is your restored headlight that he's just explained how you do. You can see it's nice and smooth, nice and reflective, and nice and clear. You can actually see all the way back to the bulb in that light now.
Just see how clear that is.
It looks great. And you didn't hurt the lens or your paint on your car.
Yep, absolutely.
So then you move over to this light, and you can see it's exact opposite. You can see all of this build up, how thick it is, how discolored it is, just years and years of contaminants on the light itself. And then if you show them, they may even be able to see side by side. You can...
Hey, do me a favor, go kick the headlights on, just for giggles. You know, I've never checked to see if my work actually made my lights brighter. Headlights. Oh, yeah, right off the bat. This light is so ridiculously bright. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would say the difference between them is quite significant. You can't really tell on this, but I'm looking at it in person. I'm going to have to say so. All right, Jen, kill the lights. All right, tell everybody bye.
Thanks for watching our video, everybody. Sure hope that all of these tips help you restore your headlights to the way they are supposed to look and the way that you probably want them to look.
By the way, I like to throw a shout out. I think you did a pretty good job on this engine detail. This was pretty ridiculously good.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Peace out, everybody.
Please subscribe.
Nothing but love. See ya.